Let's play two, shall we? It is time for doubleheader action in the Metropolitan Scholastic Conferences. Ben Davis and North Central will play a girls and boys doubleheader this evening on the ISC Sports Network. Tonight's game presented in part by our friends at LD Smith Plumbing. LD Smith, the big dogs of plumbing. And by the Paul Logan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Alongside the IHSA Assistant Commissioner in charge of girls basketball, Jane Schott. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us. And obviously, Jane, you have to prep that hard on Ben Davis because we saw them 3 nights ago against Lawrence Central. Again, a game that LC controlled. LC is one of the better teams in the state. Ben Davis is better than they showed on Tuesday. What do they learn from that night and apply to this evening?
Well, I think the main thing is you got to do what the coach says. You got to do the game plan. They did the game plan the first time around. They were successful, lost by 4. Second time around, they kind of strayed from it. That's characteristic of a young team, and that's what Ben Davis is. So when I spoke with assistant coach Portugarine before the game, that's what she said. She goes, we got to get back to being disciplined to what we have to do. So that's where they are right now.
For North Central, they are 5-10, but to give you an idea of the caliber of team they are and the caliber of team that they have played, in the Sagarin ratings, they're number 29 in the state, despite beating 5-10. And they just got a big-time boost. Naja Winston, number 4 on your screen, in fact, at the free throw line right now. Starter on last year's LN State Championship team. Had to sit due to a transfer, had to sit due to injury, but she makes her season debut tonight.
Well, she definitely will bring to this team something they need, a little bit of consistent offense. Mackenzie Rutland has been very good for them inside. They have that potential, but if they can have one more scorer like Winston, that will make it a lot easier on the Panthers.
Let's talk about the coaches in this one. Obviously, let's start with Stan Benj. 714 wins, primarily at Ben Davis. Some years at Roncalli as well. He is second only behind Donna Cheatham at this point in terms of career wins. He is 16 wins behind her. We're getting to the point where it's starting to look like Stan, could pass that record next year, but also if he comes back for an additional year, he may end up coaching 1,000 games.
That's crazy.
In Indiana high school girls basketball.
That doesn't surprise me, but it's also unbelievable. The longevity, the staying power, the stamina, all the things that he's done, and what you see with his teams consistently. They're prepared, they're well-disciplined, they're fun to watch. These freshmen, these young kids are going to be fun to watch over the next few years.
And then for Cara Hawkins, well, in terms of high school coaching wins, only 709 back of Stan. Yet, she's coached 3 20-win seasons in small college basketball at Oakland City. Not to mention, scored 1,000 points at your shared alma mater.
Yeah, she's got, from Purdue, she was a terrific point guard there, so she understands the game and how to coach it, and obviously was successful at the collegiate level. Now that translates to the high school. Take a little bit of time to get her system in place. As you mentioned, they maybe don't have the best record right now, but they're a team that can be very dangerous come tournament time.
And since she is on your screen, let's mention Amber Harris on her staff as well. Doesn't have to have a former WNBA player that is assisting at her alma mater as well. You can tell the anthem's about to take place. With that, we'll step aside. Opening tip-off in a matter of moments on ISC.
Your home uses water all day, every day. So when plumbing problems arise, you need them fixed fast and right. The LD Smith Plumbing crew can handle anything, from outdoor plumbing repairs to everyday water problems. Plumbing may not be pretty, but we're pretty darn good at it, and we'll always give you a fair price.
That's our dirty, stinking, honest LD Smith Plumbing promise.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking, honest.
Call today and save up to $300 on a new water heater installed.
Jim's at home. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net. A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn. What a swim. Six of them.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here. Want to thank Vince Morales and Jordan Shue of our ISC Sports Network staff doing the double duty for tonight's game. Again, the boys' game will start following this one. Coverage on My Indy TV begins at 7:30. Again, Winston in uniform for North Central. They will give kind of their standard starting five. That is Mackenzie Rutland, their lone double-digit per game scorer, 5'10 junior, 12 points and 6 rebounds a game. Mackenzie 52% from the floor and 36% from three-point range. Nina Whitehead, a 5'4 senior, nearly 10 points a game, 3 rebounds a game. Ari Harrington, a 5'7 junior, 9 points a contest. Macy Loy, a 5'10 junior, 6.5 points and 4 rebounds a game. And Raymond Walls, a 6'2 senior, 4 points and 4.5 rebounds a contest for North Central. Jane, this is largely a team that, other than Winston and 2 other players, all played last year, and most of them will come back next year. This is kind of a 3-year build at North Central.
Yeah, they're obviously they've gotten a lot of experience as either freshmen or sophomores, and those were tough years for them because you're playing, as you mentioned, their conference, their schedule is so difficult. So that's something that they can hang their hats on, and it's going to help them down the road. They're reaping some of those benefits now, and will do so even more so next year.
It's an even longer build for Ben Davis because they start 3 freshmen, same 5 starters that we saw on Tuesday against Lawrence Central. Senior Alea Salter, the leading scorer at 13 points a game. Junior Shania Curry, 10 points, 7 rebounds a game. Then the 3 freshman guards, Tatum Skabinski, Deja Royston, and Paige Jones. Jones averaging 5 points a game, but she went off against great competition, a game-high 21 against the Bears.
Yeah, she had a day, and she definitely was feeling it, so you expect her to come in with that same confidence, looking to score the basketball. Obviously, that's a big boost for the Giants because, as you mentioned, they needed a little bit more scoring. Salts are their best, but they could use a little bit more from others in their starting lineup.
So Walls will jump at center for North Central. Shania Curry has the honors for Ben Davis. Thank you so much for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. And again, there was some of that youth right there from Royster
See that?
who didn't realize, like, wait a minute, I'm going the right direction.
She knew what she was doing. She had the moment, but she definitely had to think about it for sure.
Ben Davis at one point had a 6-game winning streak. Skabinski on the drive, and again, Skabinski had to deal with a lot of size, athleticism. There will be a little more space for her to operate in tonight's game.
Yeah, most definitely. She and we said that she has that scoring potential.
These 2 teams very evenly matched. North Central has lost their last 2 against Ben Davis. Last year, Ben Davis 12 wins. North Central just 5 a season ago. They're likely headed towards a 4th consecutive losing season at North Central after 7 straight winning seasons. Harrington fires a 3 and misses. Again, I think brighter days are ahead for North Central because this group will largely be back a season from now.
We've seen Harrington develop that 3-point shot a little bit. You saw her taking it with confidence. I think Coach would want that because she's somebody that can hit it. She's been known to be more of a penetrator, get to the rim, but if she can develop that outside shot consistently, she would be difficult to guard.
Full court pickup, not surprising by North Central. One of the things that Coach Hawkins has brought from her college background. North Central plays 10 with Winston. It might be 11 that they play.
Well, and they obviously, with Ben Davis's youth, pressure would be an important thing. Make them handle the basketball.
Good block by Walls, and Rutland eventually takes the rebound. So early stages of this one. Whitehead pulls and misses. Rutland on the crash, and again, she's just got that basketball sense. We talked to her mom and dad before the game. When your dad played professionally for 10 years, there's things you just pick up being around the game, like knowing exactly where to rebound the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, the thing about her, and we talked about this the other night, I've talked on the broadcast before, she's got great hands, great feet. Does a great job of getting good position, knack for the basketball, puts herself in a terrific spot often, and you saw it there. She got fouled because she goes to the boards.
And Naja Winston checks in, so it's some applause from the North Central bench, her making her season debut here in game number 16. Rutland misses them both. But Macy Loy is there for the rebound. Only Rutland averaging double figures, but it's a very balanced attack. Winston turns it over. Jones shoots the gap, but Winston on the block, and frankly, that's what she is going to provide the most for North Central.
Yeah, when I talked about her offense, often it's going to come from her defense. She can block shots, she can get steals and get out in transition and make things happen. You know, she's been out for a while, so she's probably a little bit nervous. You saw her turning the basketball over. But once she gets going, she'll be dangerous.
Shania Curry, good move, just could not finish as she worked her way around Rutland. One and done. Harrington, baseline is good. Ari Harrington, 5'7" junior, 9 points and 2.5 rebounds a game.
Mid-range, solid for Harrington.
And that's going to be a foul on Lloyd. And again, North Central has the luxury of being aggressive defensively.
Yep, they do.
Because so many of their pieces are interchangeable.
Yeah, and they will. She'll run them in and out. You know, they get to play fresh, which is kind of fun. And I don't think there's a big difference. There's a few key pieces you got to have on the floor, but there is not a big difference in a lot of their interchangeable parts.
North Central last played on Saturday. It's going to be a reach on Whitehead, her first foul and team foul number 2. North Central played at Homestead, lost by 14, and again illustrates that, yes, the record is 5-10. Homestead's one of the best 5 teams in the state, to give you an example.
Yep. Well, we've talked about the gauntlet that you have to go through here in the Indianapolis area, and theirs is true. They play, even though their record isn't what you would expect, they play tough teams.
Royston fires a 3 and nearly banked it in. Winston, the rebound.
Both teams in a man-to-man right now. You see Ben Davis not picking up full court, but just picking up in the half court.
Rutland is a good three-point shooter. Well, that one didn't go. She shoots 36% from three-point range. Here comes Jones. And a blocking foul on Lloyd. So Macy quickly picks up her second foul. And with that, Hallie Daniels will come check in for North Central.
That's a tough one. She got bumped off her path, and Lloyd just she didn't reach, which was good, but she used a little bit too much body, and you do it right there in front of the official in transition. That's a pretty easy call.
We last saw North Central just about 10 days ago in the Paul Logan Memorial Invitational. Lost a couple of close games to Decatur Central and Cathedral. Curry gets it to go.
I like that play. A little clear out. Everybody just got out of the way, let her go one-on-one, and she does so easily.
Well, I'm sure Curry plays off the NBA player that shares her last name from time to time. That was more Joe Johnson. ISO Joe. Royston races out. Royston missed it, but Skabinski runs the floor, gets fouled, and Tatum Skabinski will shoot 2.
You know, I said this the other night, Greg, and I'm seeing it still. This freshman group for Ben Davis, they play hard. They got a smile on their face. Sometimes it's a benefit being a freshman. You don't know any better. Royston right there, perfect example. She goes hard to the rack. She misses it, kind of smiles. There's her freshman counterpoint right behind her to pick up her slack.
54% shooting as a team for Ben Davis from the line. And Skabinski kind of a similar ilk. Not a bad crowd filing in on this Friday night. Because of that other big game that's happening this evening, we weren't sure what it would look like. Good to see so many folks here. Winston shot blocked, and Curry with the rebound. And then Curry fouled from behind by Winston.
Well, right now, North Central picking up, getting a little bit of foul trouble. That is their 5th foul in this quarter, if I'm not mistaken. And they are pressuring, but doing so, not getting in position, doing so a little bit like that would have been a great trap if they were just there a little sooner and got it set to slow down the ball handler, but because they were a little bit late, that was a tough angle to close that gap.
Curry, a 67% free throw shooter. Curry, a junior. And the two teams are a combined 0 of 5 from the stripe so far.
We saw good free throw shooting the other day, Greg. We're waiting for it now, right now.
Curry gets one to go.
Just had to get somebody to get it to go down.
Checking in is Hayden O'Connor. I thought played very well off the bench for Ben Davis on Tuesday night. Great job in terms of crashing the glass.
Yep, she comes in and just plays with a lot of energy, but also with a lot of fearlessness.
Whitehead goes up and gets it. Finds Rutland. And Rutland is fouled.
That's an easy pass down low for Rutland. O'Connor just that's a tough one, but you got to learn how to play that. You can't come rushing up when the ball is there, because if you got somebody behind you, it's too easy of a shot for them once the ball gets through on the pass. Good bounce pass by White just to get it down.
Rutland misses again. Rutland a 75% free throw shooter. Trust me, the lights in here are perfectly fine.
Right. Yeah, maybe everybody's a little amped up. You know, it's a Friday night, get a little excited.
And Rutland connects. And both these teams are off tomorrow. These teams play again on Tuesday. Ben Davis hosting Avon.
1-2-1-1 full court press. Looking to trap on the corners if they can. Then they slide into a man-to-man in the half court.
Here's Cadence Bland. She's the other senior that will see time, along with Sulzer. Touch last by North Central.
Good defense by the Panthers. Just making it hard. Can't let Ben Davis get comfortable in the half court.
Denia King will check in. She is the lone freshman that will see time for North Central. And Jackson will check in as well.
And they have a post player backup that obviously not as proficient scoring offensively as Rutland, but good size.
They frankly have 5 or 6 bigs, does North Central. It's going to be a blocking foul. Jackson playing in just her 6th game of the season. You see she's got a significant knee brace on that left knee. 2 free throws upcoming for Paige Jones.
I like the leadership there shown by Nina Whitehead. She pulls her team together. You know, that's the one thing that you cannot overlook, is the fact that if you have Winston on your team, she's been practicing with them, but you haven't played a game with her. And so kind of getting in the rhythm with someone like that might be a little challenging. I like Whitehead showing some leadership, pulling her team together, getting everybody on the same page.
Aubrey Wade checks in, 6'1" sophomore. Jones was outstanding at the line on Friday as she makes her first. And makes them both. So Ben Davis out to a 7-3 advantage. Daniels, just a sophomore, will bring the ball into the front court. And Wade guilty of the foul.
We saw Wade do this the other night. You know, she just looks like she's coming along. She's very raw. Look like she might grow a little bit more. All the things that you think about, and because of that, finds herself in bad position and fouls. Ben Davis just switching on. See those screens? They're just switching. They're trying, like we talked about, with the exception of Wade on the floor right now, all 4 other positions can guard anybody else from North Central, so they're just switching up all those screens.
Catch and shoot 3 for King does not go. And Bland the rebound. Full court pickup by North Central. Sulzer, good work to track that down. Able to turn the corner, and good looking shot that does not go. And again, Wade's length got to it first, but it will be North Central basketball.
And that's a good pull-up jump shot. It's like a free throw line jumper. She just missed it. But I like the look because she's not going in and forcing it where all the defense is.
And steps goal. Not been a great amount of turnovers in this game so far.
Nope.
Not been a lot of shots made either. Just 3 total field goals from the 2 teams. Curry will check back in now for Ben Davis. As Wade will check out.
See Fakara Hawkins talking to her team on the sideline saying, let's calm down. That travel was probably a result of just being amped up a little bit, getting in a hurry instead of just being patient to run the offense.
Carr, the native of Evansville. Curry. She'll shoot 2.
So taking advantage of Shania Curry being able to go off the bounce, she's going to be guarded by a post player from North Central. When Rutland goes out of the game, that's a different post player that could be on her. Could be Walls. Right now, Jackson is on her, so she can take her off the dribble. So it's a little clear out play. Everybody gets to the left. She gets, on the right side of the floor. She gets to the left and gets going downhill to try to make something happen.
Those free throws are going to start falling for Ben Davis because they keep taking them. These are shots 7 and 8 of the quarter for BD. Loy will check back in with 2 fouls, replacing King. Just the second. And Jackson barrels in her own teammates to get the rebound. Nice find to Jackson. Give Loy the assist. Jackson the bucket.
And that was much needed for the Panthers. That was right then. Ben Davis was in the middle of a 4-0 run. They'd put a little something together.
Bland thought about the 3. Now on the attack. Ben Davis, the defense unrelenting by North Central. A BD turnover. Well, knocked away by Royston.
Just a little bit sloppy on both ends. Both teams kind of settling in here, taking a little while longer in the first quarter than they normally would, I would say.
Happy belated birthday.
Great read. Royston just picks it off.
Royston gets fouled. Winston picks up her second foul.
Well, North Central just a little bit careless on that pass to the top of the key. A very dangerous pass because the defense can jump that passing lane just like Royston did, and then she's off to the races to try to get something easy.
Royston, 56% from the line on the season and misses. Rutland back in. Winston sits with those 2 fouls. And you will see a lot of substitutions from North Central.
Well, as a team, Ben Davis is not the most prolific free throw shooting team.
No.
It's been an Achilles heel for them, but they had a nice night the other night. You thought that they could maybe get some energy going. It's not happening.
Giants out to a 4-point lead here in quarter number 1. Harrington, kept the dribble, but couldn't keep the pivot foot. Third North Central turnover.
Right now, North Central just looking for some rhythm offensively. They can't find it.
Curry basically thinks she can take whoever is guarding her. She's trying to orchestrate that clear out multiple times.
We wanted a double dribble on that, but she honestly just dropped it, so didn't really dribble it after that, just picked it up.
They're obviously a lot more lenient on that call than used to be the case.
Yeah, for sure.
Stan Benge wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. This 30-second timeout presented by the Paul Logan Foundation, which gives back to Washington Township by providing valuable resources to all athletic teams and is dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing athletic opportunities across the district. The Paul Logan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together.
So Coach Benge didn't probably like what he saw on that offensive set. It looked a little scattered. Weren't sure what they were trying to accomplish, so he gets the timeout, gets his team together, try to salvage the possession. 9-5, I think it's a good timeout, see if they can get something going.
Ben Davis, part of a loaded sectional that will take place right here at BD. Pike is 15-1, and they're amongst the 5 or 6 teams you go, hey, they've got a real chance to win a 4A state championship. And Plainfield is 12-5. BD checks in at 8-8. Brownsburg at 8-6. We'll see Brownsburg tomorrow night. They are in the Hendricks County Tournament Final, but you can see both of those on ISC and MyIndy TV. You'll see both Brownsburg and Plainfield tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on your television screens. Royston pulls and misses everything. Sulzer will check back in. Half-court pickup here by BD.
Well, man-to-man, trying to double up the ball handler. Going to trap her right as the ball comes in.
Loy, good find to Rutland. 3 in the corner for Ben Davis, or for North Central does not go, but Rutland is there for her first field goal.
Mackenzie Rutland does a little bit of everything. Runs the break and then goes and gets the offensive rebound.
And back to a 2-point game. Sulzer steps goal.
She kind of tried to carry that ball through, and in doing so, got a little hop step after she landed.
Roy has the ball in her hands, so let's kind of clear out and let her create for the rest of the team.
Man-to-man defense trying to force her to the left. You can see just a little shade, force her to that left.
High-low, great catch by Rutland, just didn't finish.
It's a good look. You're absolutely right. That would be an easy 2 for her, but enough defensive pressure.
Sulzer spins through 2 defenders. Third one fouls her. Alea Sulzer will join her teammates. All 5 starters now have at least attempted a free throw in this opening quarter for Ben Davis.
Yeah, that's one thing. If they could have hit their free throws during this opening quarter, they would have a sizable lead at this point.
Sulzer just a 47% free throw shooter. Lives up to that with that shot. I think I know what practice is going to be working on for Ben Davis.
Yeah. I bet after Tuesday it was probably breaking the press. After today, get some extra free throws in. And pressure free throws, you know, that's the thing we talked about. You can hit free throws when no one's
Right.
on the line and there's no pressure, but when you put it in the context of a game, it makes it a little challenging.
Missed them both. Raven Walls the rebound. Harrington flying down the floor. Sulzer got her on the arm. And Ari Harrington will shoot 2.
We've seen Harrington on that left side be so proficient. It's her strong hand. She gets to the rim pretty effectively with respect to just making moves. Good ball handler, gets inside. She's a 61% free throw shooter.
And a miss. As a team, North Central, 1 of 5 from the line. Ben Davis, 5 of 12. And 1 more miss to North Central. To go here in the quarter. Curry around Rutland, score it.
Good take by Shania Curry, not to allow that little bit of contact to bother her. She finished right through it.
Curry has been the difference maker for Ben Davis tonight. And on cue gets a steal. Curry again the step through and couldn't finish with the left. However, the ball will stay here.
Yeah, we see O'Connor doing those little things. She didn't get the rebound herself. She made it, though, that North Central could not. So now Ben Davis retains possession.
Curry works around the 6'2" walls and scores.
Well, she's got a nice little shake move where she fakes down to the baseline, comes back to the middle, and that allowed for enough space to go over top of walls.
Curry with 8 of the Ben Davis 13. This is their largest lead here in the closing seconds. And a timeout taken by North Central. 30-second timeout.
Well, it's kind of an important possession. You're down by 6 going into the quarter. If you can get some, maybe get a little bit of momentum, if you can get a good look at the basket and score last.
We're getting down to the nitty-gritty part of the season for each of these 2 teams. Ben Davis with, and frankly, North Central as well. 5 remaining games for each of these 2 teams.
Well, it's hard to believe. The officials have all applied for the tournament. We get to Monday, all the ratings and everything will be in. It'll be time to assign them to their sectionals, and the hosts are all ready to go. So it's that time, Greg. I'm excited.
Ben Davis, this is the first of a 5-game homestand for BD. They will next go on the road 3 weeks from tonight in their regular season finale against Carmel. Avon, Pike, LN, Westfield. Harrington. Good look that would not go. Sulzer. And Sulzer will not get a final shot off in time. Well, Ben Davis with a 6-point lead through one quarter. Second quarter action from BD comes your way next. You're watching Mick Basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Your home uses water all day, every day. So when plumbing problems arise, you need them fixed fast and right. The LD Smith Plumbing crew can handle anything, from outdoor plumbing repairs to everyday water problems. Plumbing may not be pretty, but we're pretty darn good at it, and we'll always give you a fair price.
That's our dirty, stinking honest LD Smith Plumbing promise.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Call today for $50 off any plumbing repair, big or small.
Ball belongs to North Central. Lead belongs to Ben Davis. Now, see, oftentimes when we show you these camera shots, those that are on recognize they're on.
Yeah.
No
They-
such
they-
video
they
board
have
here
no
at Ben
idea.
Davis. Nope, just enjoying life.
Hey, she can't play no defense.
Whitehead. Good look that would not go. Rutland creates some space and misses. But Raven Walls continues the possession for North Central.
Good extra effort by the Panthers.
Rutland from the elbow. Splashes it home.
Don't give them that many chances. Someone's going to end up getting it to go down. Rutland's got to come on right now. The Panthers need some extra scoring.
Lindsay with 5. And back to a 4-point game. Press is more of kind of just the slow you down variety for North Central.
They don't have the lengths that Lawrence Central did. We saw Ben Davis try to break, and definitely Ben Davis able to break this press much easier than the other night.
Now you are seeing zone in the half court, though, from North Central. So that version of the press and zone go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And again, Ben Davis on the season, 24% from three-point range.
So you see Curry every time on the inbounds, they look for her. That time, North Central was able to double her up down low, so she didn't have a clear path to the basket.
Given the fact that she has scored 8 of Ben Davis's 13, I look for every time down 2.
Yep, 2-3 zone, kind of forced it in there. Not, the hard part is, even though she might have thought there was a lane to throw the ball, I'm not sure what Jones was going to do with it if she did catch it. Now this 2-3 makes it a little more difficult for Curry to get free down low. Ben Davis going to work it around, see if they can find a gap to see penetration into, or move the ball for an open outside shooter.
Layla Scott Knox just checked in and picks up the quick foul. 5'3" junior, 3 points and 2 rebounds a game. Skaminski will check back in. And Haley Howard in for the first time, a 5'6" junior.
Foul trouble starting to mount a little bit for the Panthers. You mentioned they've got a deep bench, so maybe it's okay, but it also makes it difficult.
3 for Jones does not go, and Rutland has the weak side glass. North Central has 14 players in uniform. They may use them all tonight. Walls the turn.
Great move by Walls, but just didn't get it to go. There's Rutland again.
And touched last by Curry. And talking with mom and dad, starting to get some looks from the Division III level is Mackenzie, and she's just a junior.
Be a great spot for her. She's got definitely some skills, but may not have the size, height-wise.
Walls, no. Older brother Ronnie plays at Marion University. Jones left alone for 3, and that hits the basket support. Royston now back in for BD. And Again for Ben Davis. Curry's got 3 field goals. Skabinski has 1. That's it. But they lead by 4.
We're staying in that man-to-man, just content to pick up enough pressure to make it so North Central can't bring the ball down easily.
Whitehead just got rid of that just in time. North Central turnover. Curry thought about stepping into one. Skabinski does more than think about it. Tracks down the loose rebound.
Well, she knew that was off, so she went right for the rebound as soon as it left her hand.
The step through by Sulzer and draws contact, and Sulzer 0 for 2 from the line. We'll have a chance to get a couple of more tries here.
That's a good take to the basket by Sulzer. And we saw her on Tuesday night getting a little bit of foul trouble. She is their leading scorer, so we know that she can get to the rim, but she's got to stay on the floor in order to do so.
Sulzer, somewhat limited against LC. And part of that's just, again, just how talented that LC team is. Kenley Schuler checks in, another sizable post player, a 6'2 junior. 2 points and 2 rebounds a game. Again, really 8 players returned from last year's 5-win team at North Central. Sulzer looked much better at the line on those 2 efforts. And the lead back to 6. Rutland behind the play.
That's a good heads-up play by Whitehead to throw it ahead to Rutland. Had gotten behind the defense. She bobbled it just a little bit, but if she'd have caught it cleanly, Greg, that'd have been a easy 2 with not much defense against her.
Sulzer commits the foul, her second. Well, it is easy to see the player that both teams are trying to run their offense through.
Yeah.
For North Central, it's Rutland. For Ben Davis, it's Curry.
Yep, that's true. And Curry is, the second leading scorer, but obviously Ben Davis sees that they have an advantage. She's been bringing the ball down the floor a few times as she does here.
And she can afford to do that against this 2-3 zone.
Yeah. Looking to get the ball in the middle. North Central doing a pretty good job of bottling up that high post area.
Blocking foul called against North Central. It's Haley Howard. And frankly, it is about as small as Ben Davis is going to play.
Yeah.
Curry at 5'10". The tallest player on the floor for BD. Arrington now will check in. Royston, just no space there.
Trying to dribble through 2 people, doesn't work that way. North Central doing a good job of bottling that up. Our officials tonight, Todd Banvich, Marcel Warren, and Christopher Bryson.
Foul goes against O'Connor. First Ben Davis foul of the quarter, her first as well. This is Winston.
I'd like to see North Central get some offense going where, now they're working it a little bit. Get a little easy shot either for Winston or Rutland. Get Harrington on the left side.
Winston slips to Schuler, who scores.
Great pass, little shovel pass that on the penetration. Once you get the ball moving a little bit, you have better opportunity.
It's really 3 bigs on the floor for North Central right now. So they can somewhat do against this zone. Bland's runner, no. But quick somebody on the floor to go get the rebound.
Toughest thing out of a zone is to check somebody off because you're not matched up.
Good hustle by Winston. Jump ball is the call. The arrow has it going the way it's going now. 4th Ben Davis turnover.
They got beef though.
A little bit of jostling there on the floor. Both players trying to clear some space.
Davis has led most of the way. It's never been by more than 6. Harrington, pressured by Skibinski.
Yeah, she puts on, remember, she was guarding Lola Lampley the other night. She puts on good pressure. She's undersized, but she does a nice job.
Again, at the rim, Harrington got it.
That time she got screened off. No switch, no help. Wide open Harrington.
4 for Harrington, and it's back to a 2-point game. Curry on the attack. Good look that does not go. He'll take that shot every time down the floor. One of your better players. 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead for North Central. Neither team has made a 3 yet in this game. Royston, the steal. O'Connor got fouled. So King commits the foul. Her second. Chalk is not overly happy with that. Take a look.
Trying to get out of the way. Bad angle, maybe that's the, and you can see the official showing movement of the hip to show where the foul came in.
O'Connor just made her first free throw of the season. She's been 0 for 3 going into that. Which, given the way she fights for as many rebounds as she gets, stuns me that she has not been to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Doesn't look for her own shot very often, but.
Maybe she kicks it out.
Connor misses the second. First bench points for Ben Davis coming from O'Connor. Jackson low block. Couldn't move, couldn't finish. And then she'll commit the foul, which will send Curry to the other end to shoot 2.
Shania Curry did a nice job. She is undersized against Jackson, but just walled her up, didn't try to foul her. You're not going to block that shot. All you can do is make it a tough shot for her, which she did. Turned and boxed her out. Got fouled on that rebound. It's going to be free throws again. Again, North Central in the bonus. That's one thing that they will need to clean up.
Curry 2 of 4 from the line. 67% on the season. I referenced the Sagarin rating of North Central earlier, being in the top 30, despite being 5 and 10. Ben Davis checks in at number 43 in those rankings this week. And Curry, as she has her previous 2 trips, makes 1 of 2.
Getting into the 50% range consistently.
Winston on the drive. Lost contact and she'll shoot free throws for the first time this year.
She got to stop standing up when she's dribbling, though. She got to get low and get loose.
LN had 2 starters from last year's state championship team transfer out. Kiki Butler to Lawrence Central. Winston to North Central. LN 9 and 8 with a young but talented team this year.
Well, and the other 2 starters that they lost are
All right, Northern Kentucky and Illinois State.
I was going to say, having terrific freshman years at the next level.
Maya Thomas and Kaya Hurt. Again, 1 of 2. At the other end, taken away here for a moment by North Central. Bland had the ball find her, and she couldn't find a bucket. Cadence averaging 2 points and a rebound a game.
Go, Nate. Dang, I wish he had a crossover.
Loy looking for a bailout and gets it from Daniels.
Pesky defense by the Giants. They trap that up.
Daniels fires in the baseline. And again, that ball hits the basket support above the rim.
Talk about that defensive pressure from the Giants that time. Anytime they either have a handoff or a ball screen on the side, I'm not sure if they're supposed to, but they've naturally trapped it. They have trapped it effectively. and North Central's had some trouble getting out of it. Hard to tell sometimes if it was on purpose, but they were there and they did it well.
Bland, yep, late whistle, but traveled.
It's a good call. I like the passing in transition. Did a good job of breaking the press, but just got a little too quick on trying to pass it across the lane. Would have been a layup if she could have gotten it to go through.
Five Ben Davis turnovers. Same for North Central as well.
Good tip on the ball, deflection by Skabinski.
Bland fires and misses everything. Basketball finds Macy Lloyd.
And you can see Coach Benj on the sideline kind of puzzled. Wasn't not necessarily the best shot, a little quick.
Good basket cut by Lloyd. Gets her own rebound. Got fouled on the floor. No free throws on that. That is team foul number 4 against Ben Davis. That is on Shania Curry. But of note, that is her second. Though Curry's been a bit more limited in quarter 2 than, say, in quarter number 1.
Yeah. Well, they got Mackenzie Rutland back on the floor, and she can guard Curry a little bit better. And they also went to that zone, and that slowed Curry down.
Winston is fouled, and now that'll be free throws. So Royston commits the foul. The player for North Central has more than 5 points. Curry has 9 of the 17 for Ben Davis. Scott knocks in. Harrington has a seat.
Been a competitive game, Greg. I don't know if I'd say it's a little sloppy. Both teams still trying to figure out what their best offensive weapons are in this matchup.
Winston goes 1 of 2. Loy missed the putback. And a foul against Ben Davis. And more free throws coming up.
It's one of those you're going to look at the film and box it out. It's a simple thing to do, but it's not necessarily, it's a simple concept, but it's not necessarily an easy thing to do.
So Scott Knox in the season, a 65% free throw shooter. And connects. North Central coming in, 8 players that score 3 points or more, just one that's a double-figure score. They score 58 a game. They allow 56. Scott Knox, a rare trip for players in today's game to make both free throws. And we're tied at 17.
We haven't seen too many of those today.
And another foul is called. That'll be 2 free throws. Scott Knox, the guilty party. See if it's Jones that'll shoot the free throws. That is the case. Jones made her earlier 2 tries. Her lone 2 points after scoring 21 against Lawrence Central.
She's a little quiet today, but that also might be a case of North Central. Everybody scouts each other.
Yep.
So perhaps she's getting a little extra defensive attention today.
And as you and I saw, a good chunk of the North Central team was at the game on Tuesday, as they have not played since Saturday. Jones goes 1 for 2. Foul going to be called. The other end we go to shoot free throws. Rutland.
Macy Loy got on the inside. I think it's going to be Loy at the free throw line, because she got on the inside and they tried to shove her so that she could not get the rebound. I believe it was Royston, if I'm not mistaken. Royston's questioning, what did I do? Whatever you did caused Loy to go flying out of bounds underneath.
Loy just a 44% free throw shooter and misses that one. So Loy gets her first free throw, her first point of the game. She has played with 2 fouls for a good chunk of the half.
2-2-1 full court. They've been full court pressing off of either dead balls or makes all night long. Mix it up between a 1-2-1-1 and a 2-2-1. Look at a trap just when it comes across the half court.
Steps called. First, I've really seen that press kind of bother Ben Davis.
They got a little rushed on that because weren't getting it over the half line. North Central did a better job of taking away the middle that time.
Ben Davis has some players with a couple of fouls, but they are sitting. So some of the more experienced players from handling that press right now aren't on the floor. Winston's runner won't go, but that's a third foul on Aubrey Wade. Winston, who is 204 from the line, will shoot 2 more.
Good take to the basket. Did a nice job of hesitating up top. Faked like she was going to go down to the right. Brought it back to her left and got on the inside effectively.
Winston 3 in her debut game at North Central. Winston, no player has more than Rutland's 5 for North Central. But the Panthers are in front. They have trailed for most of this game. Walls the rebound. Missed it. Again a rebound and again a foul.
The youthful Ben Davis just down there kind of hopping around, hoping the ball comes to their hands, but you got to turn and back somebody and push them back and get a body on them so that you can secure that rebound. They haven't quite mastered that skill just yet.
Scott Knox has made all 3 free throws she has tried. Bella Mason will check in. Mason, a 5'11" junior, who has seen limited minutes in the varsity this year. Skavinsky lost the handle. Touch last by North Central. And part of the story here is that Salzer sits with 2 fouls. Curry sits with 2 fouls. So on a young Ben Davis team, this is an even younger group that's on the floor.
Yeah, they don't have a true post player out there. They'll put somebody at the high post, but doesn't matter who it is. They play 4 or 5 out.
Royston, Mason, shot blocked.
It's a good pass. Mason made a good cut, but just didn't get it outside the hands.
Whitehead's runner does not go. Another offensive board by Rutland. Whitehead for 3 and banks it home.
Nina Whitehead picks up a big 3 for her team, but I'm not sure she meant to bank that in for sure. Gets it to go down.
She's going to claim it. Royston's runner is good. So it was briefly a 6-point lead. Large of the night for North Central. Now it's 4, but they have potentially a last look. Scott Knox to the elbow, no. And that will be the end of the quarter. It's been hard fought for sure. Not exactly a thing of beauty, but it looks pretty good right now if you're a North Central fan. Panthers 24 and Giants 20. Halftime coverage comes right next as you're watching MIC Girls Basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
One of our favorite people on screen. The folks in Wayne Township feel the exact same way.
Absolutely.
Heather McGowan, Director of Athletics at Ben Davis High School. And some of the middle school and younger program players are being recognized here at halftime of this game. Heather always takes great care of us. We have catering for tonight's game.
Delivery, too. That's impressive.
Not bad. Greg Straw, Jane Schott with you. Here on the ISC Sports Network, 24-20. North Central trailed for most of the half, but a late flurry for the Panthers. What changed late in the second quarter?
Well, the one thing that I saw was that they really, their pressure started to bother Ben Davis. It wasn't bothering them early, and maybe it wore them down. Maybe they kind of figured out where Ben Davis kept passing the ball. There was a couple of things that might have happened, but got a couple of turnovers and just got going. They were down by 5. They close out the quarter on a 11-2 run, and that was the difference in that quarter.
This was a first half where there were turnovers, but not an exorbitant amount of them. It was simply missed shots and missed free throws by both teams. Yeah,
and maybe that's the other piece. They started making some free throws. I mean, they had Naj Winston step up and hit some free throws, as well as Layla Scott-Knox. And all of a sudden, when you were missing them earlier and now you're taking advantage of those free opportunities, that built their lead, and that's where they stand.
If there was one advantage that was kind of non-shooting related from half number one, North Central got a lot of second and third chance looks on the glass.
Especially late. Ben Davis, I'm sure that's a topic of conversation in the locker room right now. They did not get on the boards, and so those second and third chances gave North Central a chance to cut into that lead and go ahead.
Again, this is the first of 2 tonight on the ISC Sports Network. The boys' game can be seen beginning at 7:30, which is not that far from now, on My Indy TV as well. Again, Jane and I will have that one for you too. In the boys' contest, North Central checks in at 5-5, while Ben Davis has not lost since Thanksgiving weekend. They come in at 7-2. Again, that game will follow this game. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, our first half highlights. North Central leads it 24-20. As you're watching Mick Girls Basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your home uses water all day, every day. So when plumbing problems arise, you need them fixed fast and right. The LD Smith Plumbing crew can handle anything, from outdoor plumbing repairs to everyday water problems. Plumbing may not be pretty, but we're pretty darn good at it, and we'll always give you a fair price.
That's our dirty, stinking honest LD Smith Plumbing promise.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Call today and save up to $300 on a new water heater installed.
Jim's at home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim.
Six of them.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Well, we show you Heather McGowan, and I got to tell you, I knew that Andy Elkins wasn't going to wear his college alma mater shirt in here because it's purple, since he was a purple ace at Evansville.
That's right.
But look at Andy rocking the IU gear, the North Central athletic director. Andy, one of our favorite people, just like Heather McGowan. Greg Straw, Jane Schott with you on the ISC Sports Network. 24-20 is the lead for North Central. Let's show you how we got here. A quick look at our first half highlights. And as they fly by. Here is the scoring in the half. For North Central, Rutland 5, Harrington 4, Scott Knox 4, Winston 3, Schuler 2, Jackson 2, Whitehead 3, and Loy 1. King, Walls, Daniels, Howard all play but did not score. If you're a part of the student body at North Central, you had a pretty good chance of getting in the game in the first half for North Central. For Ben Davis, 9 points for Shania Curry, 3 each for Paige Jones and Deja Royston, 2 for Alea Salzer and Tatum Skabinski, and 1 for Hayden O'Connor. So as you see these highlights go by, what changes, if any, do we see in half number 2?
Well, I think that North Central got a little more aggressive on offense. You see that penetration by Naj Winston, the backdoor cut by Ari Harrington, a couple of veterans knowing how to get it done. And then Layla Scott, or Nina Whitehead, banks in a 3. Maybe that got him going a little bit. But Ben Davis held tough. So one of the things they've got to do is come back out of the half, take better care of the basketball, and when they can get to the free throw line, you got to knock them down.
And in one sense, fouls aren't as big of an issue because both these teams play 8, 9, or in North Central's case, 11 or 12 players. However, for Ben Davis, part of the issue late was the fact that they sat Salzer and Curry that each had 2, and that's when North Central jumped in front.
Most definitely. And you have players to put in, but they may not be your gamers that you want in at the end of the game when they need to be in there to take care of the ball, get a score for your team, whatever it may be. So fouls are always going to play a factor in that fourth quarter.
Now, I led with Jane's title off the top of the broadcast. I haven't brought it back up since. You may have caught it when she referenced the fact that officials, had been registered for the upcoming state tournament. In Jane's mind, we are now 3 weeks away from the start of the girls basketball postseason because, again, she is the assistant commissioner in charge of the sport for the IHSA. How are things at 91st and Meridian?
It's wonderful. I mean, this is the most exciting time of the year for us in the winter because it's almost a championship time. We had our girls wrestling sectionals start out last weekend, so that was terrific to get going. We're really excited for that tournament to advance. And girls basketball will be up next. We start as well as girls swimming that first week of February. So it's a thrilling time. We love championships just for the kids, and you're right, now we think the season begins.
February 3rd is when the girls section is underway at 64 sites across the state of Indiana. State championships February 28th at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, and the pairing show is 2 weeks from this Sunday. Time still being determined on January 25th as to when that will take place.
We know it's going to be in the evening. That's all we know.
That we know.
So you'll just block off your evening. You'll be good.
Again, you get Hollywood diva-esque talent that demands a specific time for said show.
That's right.
And now the agents are getting involved, and it's a whole thing. 24-20, North Central leading Ben Davis. For the girls, Marion County Tournament is in the past tense. That was back in mid-December. On the boys' side, that is this coming week. Ben Davis will have the ball to start.
Yeah, I always like to see what adjustments coaches make at the half. What's it going to look like differently?
Starting 5 back on the floor for Ben Davis. Skabinski knocked away by Walls. Starting 5 back on the floor for North Central as well. Salzer, Curry, Skabinski, 2 fouls. Wade and O'Connor, each with 3. No player with more than 2 for North Central.
See good pressure by the Panthers.
Jones, 3-pointer misses wide right. Ben Davis is still yet to make a 3 in tonight's game.
And that was a shot Jones was knocking down on Tuesday night. She just really is struggling offensively, can't find the range.
Curry, the backdoor cut, Skabinski, great idea, but that's just kind of been tonight's game.
Yeah.
Great move and just didn't catch the ball.
Yeah, the pass just was a little bit off the mark, so she couldn't catch it cleanly.
Shot blocked, though. Curry gets the clean block at this end. And frankly, in terms of three-point shooting, Skabinski is probably Ben Davis's best shooter.
Yep.
Right idea, just a little too far for McKenzie.
Sailed it out of bounds.
Number 7 by North Central. North Central will press likely the rest of the game. This is a tougher group to press that's on the floor. And Royston immediately draws contact and gets 2 free throws.
Well, the 1-2-1-1, they were able to break it because they got the ball to the middle and then going down the sideline and coming strong to the basket. It was 2-on-1.
And part of it is the fact that simply Ben Davis has 5 ball handlers on the floor in this group.
They do, because Curry, your non-traditional post player, can put the ball on the floor.
So Royston, 1 of 2 from the line tonight, swishes that one home. Neither team shot the ball well from the line. A notable exception, Layla Scott Knox made all 4 of her free throws for North Central.
Yeah, I really like Royston. We haven't talked as much about her. We talked about Paige Jones and Skabinski for their freshman group, but Royston is one of those players. She averages 5 points and 4 rebounds a game. She's just very solid all around and makes things happen.
Walls checks out, Winston checks back in. 2-2-1 full court pickup by Ben Davis. Winston, 3 in the corner, does not go. And Skabinski had inside position. Trying to weave her way through that trap. Draws the contact. Nina Whitehead commits the foul. Her second. Little zone look here by North Central. We saw a mix of this, especially more so in the second quarter.
Yep, 2-3 just to, you know, you talked about Ben Davis, not a terrific outside shooting team.
Jump ball.
That's one of the reasons Shania Curry really went off in the first quarter for the Giants, and so you see her catch it there. There were 4 black jerseys around her.
2-point lead for North Central. Ben Davis has won the last 2 times they have played. Steal, but right back to Winston. What a pass to find Rutland. Rutland with just enough nudge to clear out some space and not get a whistle.
Well, she held her own and maybe nudged her with her body, but she didn't extend her arm,
correct,
so she got away with it.
Foul on Winston.
That's a veteran move as a post player, and it also was in kind of in the flow of the play, so. Again, North Central just mounting up the fouls early in this quarter as well. Need to learn to play the defense without fouling.
Jones has too many arms to get that through. Now eventually Curry tracks it back down. And they're going to get Winston for a foul on the floor, which is her 4th.
Well, I couldn't see what happened, but it was right in front of the official, and then she may have been trying to hold up. We'll see her. She steps through.
Not exactly the return game she had been hoping for.
No.
3 points all from the line, but now she'll sit for a good chunk of the second half with 4 fouls.
Yeah, they left her out there with 3. That's a little bit of a gamble.
Well, she was negotiating that.
Yep.
Like, Coach, I got it.
Yeah.
It didn't work out that way. Sulzer for 3. Yes. First made triple in tonight's game for Ben Davis.
And Sulzer has been pretty quiet, so good to see her getting untracked.
Jackson couldn't hang on to it. Turnover 8 by North Central. Skabinski left alone, thought about it. Sulzer runs into a wall. Jackson held her ground. Ben Davis, turnover 8. Loy walks the tightrope. Got fouled. It's on Paige Jones.
A little bit of sloppy play on both ends. We've seen that all night, though. Just both teams get some of its youth and experience.
Lloyd just in time.
Not much going, not much movement right now. Now they're going to start getting into their motion offense. I like North Central when this happens. They get some cuts going, get some lanes to the basket.
Harrington's runner is good. Tough shot. Harrington's got 6.
She's good off the bounce, but it's much better once they move the ball a little bit, because then she has a lane to drive.
Royston on the take, and again, Jackson held her ground. Loy avoids the trap. What a step through by Loy, just couldn't finish. And Sulzer rips it away. Has Skibinski in front. Now Sulzer could have easily gotten a bucket. Nice play by the senior to give the freshman an easy look.
Yep, it's all about team basketball. Get the best look that you can get, and they did it.
And Rutland can make that shot, which is why you got to guard it. And Sulzer got beaten, gives the foul, which is the third on a layup. And now Rutland with a line and shoot too. Rutland missed 3 free throws in the first half, which not the norm for her. And rattles that one in.
Yeah, she's an excellent free throw shooter at 74.5%. And she shot several free throws on the season, enough that it would be a good sample size.
She's part of this group that a lot of juniors that saw varsity time as freshmen 2 years ago.
Paying dividends now. Had to take some tough lessons growing through that. That's for sure. Difficult for a freshman to play varsity basketball, especially in this area.
Rutland with 9. Our central part of a sectional with LN, LC, Warren, and Tech. Obviously LC, the team that gets your attention of that group. Warren's just pretty solid too. And a timeout given to Stan Benge and Ben Davis, a 30-second timeout. I want to thank our friends at Blessed by the Game Sportswear. They provide custom team uniforms for schools, youth leagues, and travel sports organizations, as well as corporate apparel designed to elevate brand identity with a clean, polished, and professional look. Reach out to Ken Beverly or Ron Rutland Jr. at 317-489-4764. What do you think Stan Benge's message is right now?
Well, I think the one thing that I'm sure he wants his team to do is to avoid getting trapped just past the half court, and that's where Shania Curry picked the ball up. She did get it out, but it looked like it was going to be a turnover. So I would say breaking that press in a disciplined way, getting the ball to the middle, and if you're going to pass it to the sidelines, don't do it just past the half where they can get you trapped up.
If we had a dance camp, we know exactly where to be focused in tonight. Ben
Yep.
Davis student section.
That's right.
Solid crowd on this Friday night.
Back to the 2-3. Ben Davis is going to work the basketball around. See that I like the idea of getting it to the middle, but not going across the grain. They hadn't really moved the ball a little bit, and that will be open, but not when you're standing there staring her down.
And eventually the turnover by Ben Davis. Whitehead and 1. Nina Whitehead with 5, a chance to make it 6.
Tatum Skibinski had good position, but at the very last minute, you're going to see her try to trap down her hand. All she had to do was just keep her hand straight up. Whitehead probably would have made the layup, maybe, but at the very least, you don't give her an and one opportunity.
And North Central, if nothing else, making their free throws here in the half. The lead grows back to 6, which it was briefly at the end of the second quarter.
Up there, North Central in the middle of a little 7-2 run.
Poked away by North Central. Will remain Ben Davis ball. Harrington back in. Loyal have a seat. North Central will play host to Zionsville on Tuesday. And they'll play Brebeuf next Friday night. This team that already has knocked them off as they lost to Brebeuf in the opening round of the Marion County tournament.
So much has changed for both teams, though, in terms of it. We'll see what that looks like.
O'Connor lines up a 3. That does not go. That's not normally what she's looking to do. Wasn't a bad shot. A lot of bounds for North Central. These teams 0-2 in MIC play. Ike at 3-0, LN 2-0, or LC 2-0, LN 1-1.
Good deflection, yep.
Schuler fouled. Royston commits the foul. And Kenley Schuler will shoot 2.
Ben
Third
Davis
foul on Royston.
trying to put some full court pressure on, but for the most part, North Central has handled that. It hasn't necessarily been smooth, but they have been able to get the ball down and get it to easy score opportunities or to the free throw line.
Schuler, a 50% free throw shooter, and again, she provides some good minutes, rarely looks for her own shot. And that does not go. But Scott knocks the rebound. Little zone look here by Ben Davis. Harrington lines it up and knocks it down. Harrington with 9 at her average.
Good kick outside. The standalone jump shot for her to get an easy one.
And the largest lead that either team has had. Now a foul that will see free throws.
8-0 run for the Panthers.
Haley Howard commits the foul. 2 coming up for Alea Sulzer.
Once again, the Giants are in the bonus with 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter.
And Sulzer connects. She's got 6. Curry has 9, but has not scored in this half.
She did her damage early in that first quarter, and they've shut her down. Not completely, but quieted her since then.
Sulzer's got 7. Comes in averaging 13 a game.
Breaks that 8-0 run.
36-29 our score. Did Schuler touch it? No. Curry did. North Central looking to surpass last year's win total. I mentioned next week's schedule. They got a couple of really good teams in the back end of the schedule they will play. They're going to play LC in league play, and they will go to Jennings County as well.
Jennings County's got a terrific player going to Kansas.
Miss Ernstis.
Yep.
Schuler's runner does not go. Good chance that Jennings County now a 3A school. For years they were in 4A, but they can make a deep run of the 3A tournament, could Jennings County.
See that drive to the left by Harrington.
Dominant side.
That's a good defense by Sulzer, though.
Sulzer looking to go all the way and draws contact, and Sulzer will shoot 2. Scott Knox picks up her 3rd. Winston's got 4. Scott Knox has 3. Several players sitting on 3 for Ben Davis.
Let's see if she leaves Scott Knox in the game. Left Winston in the game with 3, and she quickly picked up her 4th. It's a gamble. She's got some other players. She runs people in and out.
You referenced that Carr was in Oakland City. It's NAIA, that is the River States Conference, which has 6 Indiana members now in that league. 4 of the IU branch campuses. St. Mary of the Woods and Oakland City. Turn that program into an instant winner as the free throw is up and good by Sulzer. Almost a steal.
Ben Davis just putting man-to-man pressure, but they're looking to trap when they can.
Smaller lineup now for North Central. That draws a foul against Paige Jones, and that'll be free throws for the Panthers.
Just a little bit too much body underneath. Kind of almost shoved her out of bounds.
Howard just 2 of 2 from the line this season. She's a 5'6" junior. And misses. Last win for North Central came 7 days ago. Handled Richmond easily, 64-26. Missed that one. Empty trip for North Central.
Good
Salzer
kick-out.
finds Bland for 3. And steps called. 15's now with 9 giveaways. Raven Walls will check back in. And then Lloyd called for the foul. And more free throws inbound. Salzer has been the top player to go to the line for Ben Davis. She has attempted 8. Curry will take free throws 7 and 8 right here.
It's been a scoring drought for the Ben Davis Giants. Their last field goal was around the 5-minute mark. They have been able to make some free throws to keep it close, but
Curry becomes the game's first double-digit scorer 23 minutes in. And makes them both. She is now 5 of 8 from the stripe. Walls.
breaks that.
Caught it eventually.
Wow, that's it. Good hands because that was a bullet pass down to the block. Catch and finish.
Just a few more easy buckets for North Central than for Ben Davis tonight. Salzer's step back does not go. Foul as Curry had the rebound.
Maya Curry just doing the work. Not pretty, but she's getting the job done.
And that is Scott Knox. That is her fourth.
Well, we mentioned you leave her in there with 3, it's going to be a potential of picking up that 4th foul.
Curry again with a dozen. She has surpassed her average for the evening. It appears we're going to have some bonus coverage of this game for you over on My Indy TV 23. Flip there at 7:30. Not that where you're watching us right now will go away by any stretch of the imagination.
Depends who you are, Greg. Although people probably watch no matter if you're a fan or not.
Back to a 4-point game and a North Central turnover. This was a 9-point game not that long ago. See if Ben Davis wants to hold for a last look here.
They could. North Central in their man-to-man, they've got an opportunity.
Curry draws 2 defenders. Tries to score over a third. Good look that would not go. Walls the rebound. Loy in the open court. Loy weaving her way down. Good look that would not go. Skabinski, Jones, 1 in time, and got fouled.
I think she's going to be at the free throw line with nobody on the line with her, I think.
See if time gets added back on here.
Depends if they put anything back up, but they're bringing them off. I agree with this.
So Jones will shoot 2 with no time on the clock. Now they're gonna wave players back on with the 10th. Little conversation between officials as to.
The officials do not have the ability to replay it and look at it the
we
clock
just did,
like
yep.
we just did. So they're going to go with no time on the clock.
Yep.
She did get the shot off. I think I would agree with that
Yes.
for in real time.
Wholeheartedly.
In addition to that, it's not really, not that there's not much that you can do with the time that they would put up there.
Jones makes them both, and that is the end of the quarter. Jones has 5. The North Central lead has now shrunk to 2. 38-36, 8 minutes left to go in Ben Davis. You're watching Mick Girls Basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Your home uses water all day, every day. So when plumbing problems arise, you need them fixed fast and right. The LD Smith Plumbing Crew can handle anything, from outdoor plumbing repairs to everyday water problems. Plumbing may not be pretty, but we're pretty darn good at it, and we'll always give you a fair price.
That's our dirty, stinking honest LD Smith Plumbing promise.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Call today and save up to $300 on a new water heater installed.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn.
What a swim.
Six of them.
Many thanks to Jordan Shue and Vince Morales. Dalton Cox pitching in here at the tail end of this broadcast. Again, we will have coverage join on My Indy TV beginning at 7:30. North Central trailed most of the first half. Took the lead late in the second quarter. They've led the entire third quarter. It was a 9-point lead briefly, is now back down to 2. Rakestraw, Jane Schott with you on ISC.
Kind of a strange third quarter. Ben Davis, they only had 2 field goals. One of them was at the 5-minute mark. The rest of the way they had free throws.
Whitehead, no. And touched last by Ben Davis. Let's note that Winston is back in with 4 fouls for North Central. Again, she is making her season debut.
And so is Layla Scott Knox, who also has 4 fouls.
Royston got a hand on it. Great hustle by Winston. Jump ball is the call. And the arrow will keep it right here.
Man-to-man defense by Ben Davis. Overplayed it. Nice backdoor cut.
Winston. Green to find Rutland. Rutland trying to create some space and missed it. Again, great look that would not go. And now Curry will win the foot race. Loy got a hand in there.
Good defense by Loy, but I like the Curry run out. Good job grabbing that rebound and getting going quick.
Curry, nowhere to go in steps. And again, that is the luxury that North Central has.
They do.
They can put some serious height on the low block.
They can, and Ben Davis had success with that out-of-bounds play underneath early, but now they're doubling up Curry down there, so she can't get that free space to go one-on-one. Near steal. Bland could have got in that passing lane.
Whitehead for 3, not that time. But Rutland just fights her way through and draws contacts. Well, we do not have access to the in-game rebound stats. I would assume if McKenzie hits one of these free throws, she will be in double-double category.
Yeah, she's really done a nice job defensively and offensively, keeping the ball alive.
So Rutland becomes the first Panther to cross the double-digit threshold. Snaps what had become a 7-0 streak for Ben Davis. And Rutland makes them both.
Best free throw shooter on the team for the Panthers.
And North Central stays zone, and against Ben Davis, I think I would do the exact same thing.
Especially with the lead, you don't feel like you have to pressure, come out and get them. You want to make them take tough shots, which for Ben Davis, tough shots means behind the arc, outside the paint, not penetration.
Salzer fires a 3. Curry, good rebound. Good drive and kick. Skabinski for 3. Could not draw it up any better if you're Ben Davis.
Well, that kind of 3 is the best kind for the Giants because standalone, nobody around, Skibinski was able to gather and catch and shoot.
Loy missed that one. A chance for Ben Davis to take their first lead of the half. Curry's runner, no. And then Curry, yep.
Yeah, didn't get in before she touched the ball, which means North Central ball.
Rutland takes a quick breather. Arrington will come back in.
Probably Rutland's last breather of the game.
Walls, well done.
Just
ball never got below her head.
Yeah, and the ball never touched the floor on the press break. Great job by the Panthers to break that press.
Walls with 2 field goals, 4 points, 4.5 rebounds a game is what the senior averages. Just what North Central needed.
Staying in that 2-3, this is smart. Ben Davis really trying to get the ball into the high post, but there's just not a lot of space there. And if you pass fake there, you pull that whole defense in, and now you can do all kinds of things on the outside. You know, you had Shania Curry on the inside, and she's getting lots of attention. Look on the outside now, try to find some easy jump shots.
Curry will take an 18-footer, no. Not a bad shot, just didn't go.
The only thing I would say about that, though, Rake, it's off of one pass. Didn't make the defense really move at all, and maybe you can get a little easier one.
Winston, another good feed. Walls will shoot free throws. Walls 55% from the line on the season.
They might have called that on the floor.
Yep, they will. And just the second foul
yep.
against Ben Davis in the quarter. Winston on the go. Nice take. Her first field goal. She's got 5, had 3 first-half free throws. And back to a 5-point lead. Bland traveled, yep, drugged the pivot foot.
Did it right in front of the official.
North Central trying to build back to what was a 9-point lead. Timeout taken by Ben Davis. It'll be a full timeout, and we will take it with him. 4:33 left to go in this one. North Central the ball with a 5-point lead when we come back on ISC.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Going to see the Ben Davis Pep Band in action tonight. And again, on a night where a lot of folks are in front of their television sets. Great to see this level of a crowd again. About 20 to 25% of the games that were scheduled to be played tonight got moved, either to last night, next week, later in the season. This one stayed put, and we're glad you have chosen to be with us.
Yep.
In case you're wondering, kickoff is 18 minutes away, so you've got some time to hang with us here on the ISC Sports Network.
Our ability, Greg, to have everything on the go. You can bring your mobile device and watch the game and watch this one. You get the best of both worlds.
Curry gets the takeaway. 11th North Central turnover. Sulzer.
That's a good look for Sulzer. Skibinski giving her the extra pass, just had a little long.
Look at a rebound by Lloyd. Whitehead for 3, not there. Bland kicks it off her foot, but has the fortune to go right to a teammate. Bland, again, such long arms, but gets bailed out by getting fouled. It's on Raven Walls. Her third. Rutland now will come back in.
See what Ben Davis does. If they make the adjustment, now they're going to pop Curry out. Get away from all that traffic inside.
A little extension of the trap here by North Central.
I think that was just Naj Winston coming up, trying to make something happen.
Three-pointer for Royston does not go. And Winston the rebound. Whitehead out of there with it. Finds Rutland. And Rutland misses, but Walls is there. Solid 6 points for Raven Walls.
Yep, that's a great pickup for Walls on the 2 points put back.
Hand check foul against Nina Whitehead. Third foul on Nina. Back to a 7-point lead.
Well, right now it's a, remember they cut it to 1. 6-0 run for Panthers.
I want to thank all of you joining us on My Indy TV 23. You get some bonus coverage of the girls' game here between North Central and Ben Davis, alongside the IHSA Assistant Commissioner in charge of girls basketball, Jane Schott. My name is Greg Rakestraw. The boys' game will follow this contest 20 minutes prior. And Jane, if you could sum up 29 minutes of hoops, how'd you do it so far with North Central having a 7-point lead?
Both teams playing really hard down the stretch. Going to come down to free throws and taking care of the basketball.
It has been gritty. It has been competitive. It has not always been pretty. But these are two pretty evenly matched teams. Ben Davis 8-8, North Central 5-10. Royston's runner, no. But frankly, in both directions, Jane, this game has been a parade to the free throw line. And honestly, both teams have been much better at the line in half two than they were in half number one.
Most definitely. And game of runs, because, you know, the Panthers pushed out a 9-point lead early in the third quarter. Ben Davis responded to close it to 2 at the quarter. And now it's been back to the Panthers. They're pushing it ahead, but Ben Davis isn't going away. They're hanging tough. This freshman squad, the one thing you will say about them, they don't quit. They just play hard all the way through. One of their, Deja Royston, one of their freshmen right there at the free throw line.
Of the 40 points for Ben Davis, 21 have come from the free throw line. Winston lost that one. So Ben Davis led for most of the first half. North Central then took over late in the second quarter. North Central has led the entire second half. It was as large as 9 late in the third quarter. Ben Davis got it to 1 at 40-39. Teams have players with fouls, but frankly, both teams play 8, 9, or more. And Sulzer with as good looking a hoop as we have seen all night long.
Double clutch that, went up underneath the outstretched hands. Very nicely done by Sulzer, that senior, making her way. She needs to make some big plays here down the stretch for this Giant squad.
Winston takes a 3. Rutland can hang on to it. Whitehead. And then throws it away. They're going to get Rutland on a foul, going for the loose ball. 4th team foul, so not much damage. And Rutland with her first.
Mackenzie Rutland was behind. They tried to throw it over top, and maybe she got a little bit too much contact. Hard to see from this angle.
Foul call. And that'll be free throws. And that's Curry, which is what she has done exceedingly well for the entirety of this game. So So Rutland picks up back-to-back fouls. Curry has a game-high 13 from the line tonight. It was 7 of 10.
She's been solid.
Which is right around her average, 67% from the stripe. Curry and Sulzer, who average double figures, are the players in double figures. Rutland, who averages double figures, is the player in double figures. Rutland checks out. Curry makes them both. 2-point game. Full timeout, and because we are now on television, we'll keep it right here. Tonight's game presented in part by the Paul Logan Foundation, which is given back to Washington Township, providing valuable resource to all athletic teams, is dedicated to supporting student athletes, enhancing athletic opportunities across the district. The Paul Logan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. What do you expect to see from Ben Davis defensively here?
Well, I think the one thing that they've been able to do pretty effectively is trap up top every once in a while, cover it up on the backside. You don't want to overplay. You can't put too much pressure on because you don't want to give up an easy layup. Make North Central work for it. You definitely want to try to keep the ball out of Mackenzie Rutland's hands. She's really been the most consistent scorer for the Panthers.
Quick game reset here. Ben Davis has 2 timeouts available, all fulls. North Central has 3 timeouts available, 1:30 and 2 full timeouts. North Central is in the bonus. Excuse me, Ben Davis in the bonus. Ben Davis has a couple of fouls to give, which means they can turn up the pressure defensively.
Let's see what they do here, because a little 2-2-1 full court press maybe. Might be man-to-man. We'll see what they fall back into. Looking to trap. North Central handled it pretty well. And if you're Northwestern or North Central, you're just trying to play keep away.
And Winston lost the ball.
Yeah, Winston got trapped up in the corner, and she tried to get out of it, tight roping the sideline. And Ben Davis did a good job that time. Did not foul. She just dribbled it out of bounds.
2 to tie, 3 to take the lead for Ben Davis.
Plenty of time left. North Central stays in their 2-3 zone, but you see Winston coming up pretty high.
Jones for the lead, yes! The freshman who had 21 against LC gets her first field goal of the game. Walls misses. Loy is fouled. Again, no shots.
Yep.
Ben Davis had a couple of fouls to give.
That's a great shot by Paige Jones, but Ben Davis didn't get back on defense. Great job by North Central. Get it out quick. Raven Walls running the floor. I like to see that. There's the shot by Jones. Nothing but the bottom of the net. She got her feet set, knocked it down confidently.
Jones averaging 5 points a game. She's got 8 for tonight's contest. Ben Davis has their first lead since the second quarter. It's short-lived because Winston, the LN transfer, scores the big bucket to put North Central back in front by a point.
Last minute of the game here. Got to keep your head.
Skabinski for the lead. No. But Sulzer tracks it down. Ben Davis has a couple of timeouts if they really need it. And any North Central foul sends Ben Davis to the line. Curry around Rutland, no. Skabinski saves, but too low. Now Ben Davis has to turn up the pressure, and immediately Fakara Malone will take, old name, Fakara Hawkins. I'm sure I figured you would be the one to say that and not me, since you called her games in college. You have known Fakara since her playing days.
Yes, I have.
I have known her since her days as an assistant at the University of Indianapolis.
Yep,
there's Fakara. And again, for those of you that have been watching online, we're going to repeat the story so there's a bit of a new audience on television.
Yep.
Fakara's in her first year at North Central. Fakara had been coaching in the college ranks and did a great job at NAIA Oakland City. They had won 20 games each of the last 3 years, but wanted to come to the Indianapolis area, works at North Central High School, and this could be an awfully big win if North Central can hang on.
Yeah, it would be, because they're 5-10. We talked about getting Nige Winston back. This team needed that little bit of veteran leadership as well as some scoring, and she's done it here tonight and made a difference, I think. Now, calling the timeout is good to get your offense knowing what you want done, how you want it done. But what it does is put a little bit of pressure. They got to get the ball in bounds. Expect Ben Davis to pick up here, put pressure on the inbound to make it hard. You don't need to foul right away. You just try to get the ball. Now, I'm kind of surprised they're in their 2-2-1. They're laying back just a little bit. Need to come up and start trapping. They do.
Tipped away, taken away. But then North Central got a hand on it, however. Scott Knox could not save it. It'll be Ben Davis basketball.
Little 2-2-1 where they just waited. Didn't put pressure on right away.
Amy Howard will check in and replace Rutland. North Central wants to go kind of smaller and quicker to match the guards of Ben Davis.
I don't mind that, but man, I think I'd want Rutland on the floor to rebound.
Salzer in the lane. Turnover.
She threw it out of bounds. Did not go off of any Panther. Taking the ball to the basket, something you want, but just got a little bit out of control.
North Central will burn their 32nd timeout. Which means they've got one left to go. Some debate as whether that's a full or a 30.
30-second timeout.
It's been deemed a full timeout now.
Yeah, they may not have had, they might be all they had left.
13.5 left to go. If you go by the computer rankings, Ben Davis 43, North Central 29 in the state. And that is with a record of 5-10. Two mixed squads. Pike atop the mixed standings at 3-0. LN second at 2-0. LN and LC will play each other next Thursday night. Jane will have that one for us on the ISC Sports Network.
Well, it's exactly what you want for a finish for this kind of game. Coming down to the wire, 13.5. North Central's got to hang on to the ball.
Ben Davis has a foul to give. Winston, there's that foul. And
that's a good foul, because if they don't call it and they turn it over, you've got the opportunity to score. So that's not a bad foul. You don't want to wait too long.
Only problem is they have given the foul to Salzer, which is her 5th. So one of Ben Davis's top players, and frankly, leading player with the ball in her hand, just fouled out. Salzer done for the night with 10.7 left to go. Rutland, Scott Knox. Now a game of keep away, and for North Central, given how people have shot the ball tonight, that's who you want to have at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Scott Knox is 4 of 4 from the stripe.
At least they got it done quickly. Maybe not who you wanted it on at the free throw line, but they did get not much time on off the clock. So if she can't make, and even if she does make it, you still have time. It's 3. You're down 3.
And missed it.
A little tougher when it's less than 10 seconds to go. A little more pressure, and the stands have filled up a little bit, Greg.
And they weren't empty before that either. Misses them both. Loose ball. And then, as soon as Ben Davis had the possession, they wanted a timeout.
Yep.
Full timeout taken by Ben Davis. Again, we will keep it right here with 5.7 left to go.
I would be surprised that 3.2 seconds went off the clock in that amount of time, but that's what they're showing, so it's 5.7.
Well, I would say this, is that the ball was tipped, the ball was touched. They had to wait until somebody had full possession, which Ben Davis did. And frankly, Stan Benz is in the air. One of our officials saying, hey, as soon as that free throw is made or as soon as we catch it, we want a timeout.
Right.
Hence the whistle that was given. So you're going to inbound the ball from three-quarter court if you're Ben Davis. What are you setting up here play-wise?
You got plenty of time to get to the three-point, even get to the paint. And if you don't need a three, so you're going to go get the best shot. You're going to get something going to the basket, make them stop you. And if they don't stop you, you're going all the way. If they do stop you, then maybe you get to the free throw line. If you're North Central, it'll be interesting to see what they line up in. It's a little dangerous to line up in the 2-3 like they've been doing, because if you don't pick somebody up, they slice through there, and all of a sudden somebody gets a free shot. That's not what you want. So expect them to maybe put a little bit of token pressure on. If I'm Ben Davis, Shania Curry has been your go-to all night. She can take it to the basket. I'd try to get the ball in her hands at some point.
And again, Salzer is out of the game due to fouls. Jones has made a three. Salzer has made a three. Skabinski has made a three. No fouls to give. If we have an arrow, it does favor Ben Davis. It is Scott Knox who will face guard the inbounder. Jones, guarded by Winston. Clock is on your screen. Jones from half court. Just missed. And North Central hangs on to get the win. 48-47. As we said earlier, wasn't always the prettiest, but man, it was hard fought in both directions.
Competitive game all the way through. Both teams left it on the floor. This Ben Davis team we talked about, they've got a lot of great young players that will leave a taste in their mouth. They will continue to get better every time they have that opportunity to do so. Congratulations, North Central coming in on a tough to come in on and get a win on the road, especially with the big Ben Davis crowd that's showing up right now.
Let's award our player of the game, brought to us by LD Smith Plumbing. Our winner will be Mackenzie Rutland, the leading scorer for North Central with 11 points tonight. The big dog, brought to us by LD Smith Plumbing. LD Smith Plumbing is the big dog of sewers and drains. And LD Smith Plumbing and Drains know a thing or two about getting dirty and keeping things flowing. Hats off to tonight's big dog, leading the charge to victory. Tonight's game on the ISC Sports Network, presented by LD Smith Plumbing, the big dogs of plumbing, and by the Paul Logan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. With that, we will officially end our coverage of the girls' game. Our coverage of the boys' game will start immediately. For those of you watching on Channel 23, don't go anywhere. For those of you watching online, you can switch over to the boys' game via ISC Sports Network and IHSATV.org. Game number 1 belongs to North Central. We'll find out about game number 2 right now on ISC and MyIndy TV.
And gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away and he puts it away.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
And back at Ben Davis High School. Thanks for joining us on ISC and MyIndy TV.